of the Business Growth Accelerator. Brandon here, your Chief Business Strategist. Got a special guest with me tonight. I know it's been a minute since I've done an interview style podcast. Been really busy over the summer trying to figure some things out, but we're finally back. We're going live here on YouTube. This is the replay on Spotify, but I have one of my clients here that is in the home remodeling space down in Central Florida, Mr. Charlie Corton. Charlie, welcome to the show.
Hey Brandon, thanks for having me, man. I must say, with the invite, it said virtual coffee, and you're my tech guy, and I got no instructions nor links on how to make virtual coffee. So I must say that I'm going with the regular coffee. I hope it doesn't offend you in your tech world.
No, absolutely not. And you know what? I appreciate you being lighthearted about it. In getting this interview series back up and running and on solid ground here. We're both part of the same Facebook group. Castleberry Facebook group down there. I spent 10 years down in Florida, which is why I'm part of it. And my uncle lives down there. But anyway, I was like, you know what? I'm going to put it out there. See if there's any business owners because it was the Monday promote day if they wanted to come on board. And I was zero preparation and getting everything set up for a proper podcast funnel, podcast interview funnel. And I just said, you know what? I don't have any other links. I just got virtual coffee for a one-on-one type deal for my other connections. So you know what? Just rock and roll with what you got. So if you're listening,
Awesome.
if you're not prepared, it's okay. Just use what you got. It will work. Promise you. So again, Charlie, welcome to the show. How have things been these past couple weeks? I know there have been some, troubled times a little bit, weather-wise, political-wise. How are things shaking out for you?
Yeah, we had the storm. I just got back last week from overseas. I was in the Philippines for the third time this year. I do some ministry work over there.
Okay.
So I stay real busy with that. But I mean, business has just been steady, steady growing, always busy. So no complaints on my end. I don't worry about the politics or anything like that. Regardless of who becomes president, I still got to get up and build my business. And to fall into the trap of it's all over is just a way to lose. So I
Understood.
choose to disengage.
I hear you there, and I do my best to stay out of it myself. But sometimes it's just too good to pass up to at least rile some feathers. Because if you're not riling feathers, you're not really living. So let's talk about the Philippines thing. That's interesting. That's something I didn't know that you did. I mean, I know you had some type of ministry thing on the back end because our first interaction was for me to build you, a Christian landing page there to drive people to. How was that trip over to the Philippines?
It was good. You know, it's really hard to complain about things in this country when you go to a third world country like the Philippines and you see how real poor people live.
Hmm.
For the most part, until you've been to the deep recesses of some third world nations and pockets of this world, it's devastating and it's really humbling. And it's really helped me to not complain. But yeah, I've had a ministry there. I teach the Bible. I teach the Bible worldwide. And because the way my business has grown over the years, it's really freed me financially to just travel and do what I feel I need to do and what my calling is. So that's my business actually started after I started my ministry because I couldn't put one foot in front of the other in the beginning. I was a disaster. So I needed a big change in my life. So that was really the catalyst that launched me into business.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So the ministry led you to the business. So what was kind of going on in your world then that kind of drew you to that? Obviously, God had a purpose for you. You realized you needed the money, so you had to figure out something to get the money to then do God's work.
Well, this is crazy. Ready for this? All right. So in 2014, the beginning of 2014, I'll give you the sum of my life. I was a violent, uh, very sexually wild drug addict that
Okay.
would work Monday through Friday at a job just to get enough money to do drugs all weekend in hotels and get in trouble.
Right.
And I ended up on April 19th of 2014 getting into a violent altercation and ended up in jail. So I quit drugs because I was in jail, incarcerated. And so 420 is my clean date, and it wasn't by choice.
It's a bit
Which,
ironic.
yeah, I'll never forget that. So I've been drug free since 2014, April 20th to be exact. And when I was in jail, I was in solitary confinement, and I was in for about a month. And I was just like, I move hard and fast in every direction, in the wrong direction, and something's not right. And I just decided that um, I'm going to do what God wants me to do, and I'm going to listen to whatever He says in the Bible, and I'm not going to listen to any of the churchy places or any of the religious people. I'm just going to deal with God, and I'm going to figure this out. Long story short, over the next 6 months, I studied and studied and studied, and I learned that um, the only people that were ever called Christians in the Bible were disciples, and I decided I was going to become a disciple, and I learned. And on October 16th, 2014, I was baptized as a disciple, and that's when I hit the ground running. I had no job. I finally got a job washing dishes in a pizzeria and delivering pizzas. And while I was doing that, I saved up enough to buy a vacuum and a mop and a bucket and little cleaning stuff. And I would just try to do little cleaning jobs here and there on the side of my pizza job, and then was running a ministry at the same time, teaching people the Bible while I was learning. And 13 months in, I was making enough with the cleaning to leave the pizzeria. So I fully launched, I would say, full time in 2016. I launched my company. It started with cleaning and handyman, and then it greatly progressed.
Okay. So to get that off the ground, what were some of the tactics, guerrilla tactics that you employed to make it happen? You said it was about 2014. So I mean, the internet was still there, social media marketing and all that kind of stuff was there. Websites were still a thing. So I mean, what did you do to get the word out to grow that in 13 months? That's pretty quick.
So yeah, so the first thing was I didn't, because I had always moved very quickly and failed. Really, to grow the way I've grown, you would think I have to go fast. And I really moved slower than anybody. And I learned that, the race is not to the swift. I slowed my life down. So when I took a step, I won. Instead of being like a 35 and 25 baseball team, which is probably playoff bound, or a 45 and 35 basketball team, which is playoff bound. If you're a 35 and 25 boxer, you're devastatingly horrible. So, my life had to be like 4-0, a 4-0 boxer. A lot less losses, very few wins, but when I lay my hands on something, I go for it. So the number one thing I did was I made the most important thing God, and then it would be I'm not going to make a move unless God is with me in it. I'm not going to do anything that goes against the Bible, and that cost me a lot of jobs in the beginning. You know, anything unethical I wasn't going to do. I was just going to
Mhm.
go straight and narrow. So the first thing was get God on my side. Then the tactics I used, I started seeing these Facebook groups. You got groups in different towns. There's like 50 different groups in every town. So I joined all the groups. And then I would just read the groups and somebody say, hey, I'm looking for a cleaner. I'm looking for a handyman. I would reply. I wouldn't even advertise like, hey, I do this, I do that. When I did that, nothing happened. So I just waited for people to say, I need this. I said, I could take care of you. And I would book it and then go and just do a good job at a fair price. And that's all I did. I chased it wherever it went. Some days I was picking weeds. I wasn't too good to do anything. No matter what it was, I would drive all the way down. I lived in Orlando. I would drive to South Orlando to SeaWorld to pick weeds all day or to trim bushes or whatever, window
Mhm.
cleaning. And finally, it just grew and grew and grew into the handyman stuff. But really, the referral, the Facebook groups, and the referrals from customers is really what got me there. And you know what? If I didn't have any work, I got up every morning. I had like little job tickets. I would just get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, spread out all my job tickets on the table, and I'm like, I'm in business, man. This is it. I was obsessed with it. I would pace up and down in my house. And you would think I wore dents in the tile, just saying, oh, this is going to happen, then this is going to happen. I was speaking it, and I just stayed focused on it. I wasn't in business part-time. I was 100% committed, 100% all in, and there was no excuses. So I chased everything. Needless to say, I don't have to chase anything anymore.
Good, good, because you sowed your field, early on, did the hard work, and now you definitely are reaping the harvest there. But you knew eventually you couldn't do it alone, right? So when was the epiphany that you had to at least bring somebody in to help a little bit with the operations, or possibly help you at least spread the word other than your customers?
Well, believe it or not, the I by accident stumbled upon this. And what happened was a few years ago, I was doing the Facebook group thing and it was all going good, but I was also a musician and I was trying to sell tickets to performing arts centers. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I got somebody in social media who like that, like you, that's all they do. And I realized that there's people that this is all they do. They drive traffic. They use algorithms and all kinds of stuff that I don't understand. I own a large company, but I don't know nothing about the tech.
Mhm.
And he was able to help me drive traffic specifically in the music industry, which we're talking hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in ticket sales, and it was something I would never be able to do. I would never be able to do it my little Facebook group thing. So I realized that when I brought in a professional in the music industry, I said, you know what? When I left the music industry in 2020, I said, all right, I'm going to go all in on the company and really, really grow it. And now I'm at a point now with you where I'm going to double down with the company using the social media, but I'm doing it from a much larger size company now. So there's no way I can put my feet in the water and play like this. So that's why I'm excited to have the help with the social media.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's even speaking from like a ministry side point of it. You know, Jesus knew that he couldn't do everything alone. That's why he recruited 12 people around him to help, spread that word out. The musician thing is interesting. I saw that from you, at least on the Facebook profile side, when I kind of got to know you there. What part of the band did you play? Were you the singer, drummer?
I was the executive producer for Quadraphonic Surround Sound Presents. I was the
Okay.
front man, and I did a lot of quadraphonic production work in the studio. So I built an audio visual Pink Floyd Led Zeppelin surround sound concert with lasers, and I ran the whole thing. So I had to learn the whole social media stuff and selling tickets, booking venues, and we were performing arts centers and up. So it was a pretty big operation. I learned a lot. Learned a lot. That really got me looking at the power of social media.
Okay.
I actually would pay somebody. would pay somebody to do like what you do, and then they would be getting a commission based on ticket sales per ticket sale. So it was all revenue driven. So it's like it wasn't like a hypothetical. I mean, it works. I was selling out venues. So when you get somebody that does this all the time, it's just another level. It's not like me tic-tacking around on Facebook because he did
Right.
it all across all platforms. I don't even. I mean, listen, I'm 47 years old. I barely know how to get on Facebook. You know.
Well, I can tell you, you do a pretty good job at it, for what I've seen, especially in the same group that we're in. I mean, I catch your videos, here and there, and they're decently put together. And that's kind of one of the things that I wanted to chat with you about, because I know, initially when we first started chatting, you're like, oh, I don't need a website. I just get on my groups, I put a video up, and I get like 10, 20 leads. And I mean, that's absolutely phenomenal, and a great way to drive the business. The the downside of that, and the potential dangerous side of it, is that if for whatever reason Facebook doesn't like you one day, you lose access to it.
Right.
But I mean, it's working for you now. So go through, your and this to help other remodelers out there for what you do, like the mindset and the strategy that you go through as far as like recording what you record and getting it up there.
Okay. First of all, I'm a licensed plumbing contractor, um, and I do predominantly. I don't do any service calls anymore. I retired from that. I do predominantly bathroom and kitchen remodels. I'm doing north of 60 bathrooms a year. Um, And really what we do is when the job is finished, we're just taking a nice video, a slow video, going into the niches and zooming around, giving really cool angles. And then all I'm doing is either I'm creating a reel, adding some background music, which is usually Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, Rush, or Yes. And I joke with my customers, if they want anything else, they got to pay extra, because that's the only musical creativity I have in my life. So, and I take those videos, put a little words on them, like, frameless glass, slope in entry, linear drain, blah, blah, blah. And when I see people asking, anybody looking for a bathroom remodel, I just say, I can help, licensed plumbing contractor and bathroom remodel specialist. And I put that video up, and that video stands hands above every other video out there. Because I show the details of the quality of work. Most people show pictures or say, oh yeah, go see DIY Handyman Services, and they leave a phone number. People like to see things moving around, I've noticed, visuals. And you don't have to make a long video, 30 seconds. That's about the attention span, 30 seconds and you got them. And then when they call me, I just book an estimate with them. That's it. And I get in their house. I don't do business over the phone. You can't get a haircut over the phone. You can't do business over the phone. So I get in people's houses.
For sure. And I think I have a couple of your videos here. I'm trying to get one up. So maybe in a minute here, I will show, one of the videos that you put up that's actually on the web here. So let's see what we got.
I would show you a live video of my bathrooms, but I've done absolutely no work to my bathrooms.
It's usually how it is. The carpenter's kids have the cobbler's kids have the worst shoes. So
yeah,
I think I got it uploaded here. I think we can go live with this. So yeah, here we go. Hopefully I don't get copyright here. I'm gonna turn the sound down because, again, don't want to get copyright because you're using Led Zeppelin and all that kind of stuff. So talk to me about this bathroom here. What did y'all do?
This is a second floor, slope in entry, a lot of LED lighting. We specialize in every last detail. This one here is a full wet room. You got the tub to the left, shower to the right. So we do all the design work, and pretty much anything the customer wants, we help them get ideas. So I'm a design specialist as well. And all my teams are internal. There's I don't need to bring any outside companies in, so we're able to do. Sometimes I'll have upwards of 8 to 10 of these going at a time. So we've really got this down to a fine oiled machine. And when customers let us, we push the limits and try and do some new cool stuff. So we're really enjoying it. But really, it's an attention to detail. And when we make a mistake, we fix it. If a customer calls in 3 weeks and says, hey, this tile feels hollow, we tear it out and we redo it, So excellence in customer service and our standards. And you can see from the video just every last detail, because it's got my name on it,
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. I mean, if you're building it and you want people to know what quality work is, I personally wouldn't put my name on something that looks bad, right? So wouldn't expect you to either. But yeah, no, these bathrooms are absolutely phenomenal, and I can see why when you put up these 30-second, little reels and shorts, that you do get the number of calls that you get.
I can't hear you, but I can hear the music.
You can't hear me, so hold on a second. All right, can you hear me now? All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why that cut me out, because I thought you could hear me, but no. So how long does it take you to make those videos?
I don't even do them. My guys just go in at the end with a video I take. I was doing them up and down on the phone, and then you yelled at me, so I started doing it.
You
So
got to do them
yeah,
both. You got to do them both ways.
yeah, I know. And I don't know why. I just know that you want them that way. And you know what? I don't need to know why because you're the pro. You're the one getting people out there. So whatever you want. It's very simple. We try to go slow. We do a 50% zoom out. One thing I noticed, if you do a before video at regular zoom, and it looks like blah blah blah. But when you do the after, do a 50% zoom out, and for some reason it just makes it look so much cleaner and nicer and more professional. And we walk into the room to give the experience, and we just make sure to pan around and go in and try and keep yourself out of the mirrors and stuff as best as possible, out of the reflections. But
Mhm.
just really going through and picturing music sweeping through the room. Really people are very visual, and that catches people's eyes, that video. So I put that video up maybe a month and a half ago, and I can't tell you how many bathrooms I've gotten from it already. I probably got at least 10.
Yeah, and we know bathroom remodels aren't inexpensive. We're talking five figures at least. Um, there, so for 30 seconds, it's a no brainer to get the content out there to promote your business. And even if you don't have a site initially and want to um, invest in one, I mean, social media, YouTube Shorts, TikTok Reels, things like that, those are still powerful mediums to at least get the word out initially, but then have a place later on to drive them to solidify the deal, because all that stuff, it's good top of funnel marketing, and it's getting people to act and react. But ultimately, you definitely want to build that list out and retain those customers for long term marketing with email marketing, direct mail, and the like there. So, um, what's the uh, what's the next evolution for Charlie Corn Services and CK Bass?
Um, I think the next thing really that I'm focusing on is scaling the company to a level where and branding it, okay, where I can market it, and if I wanted to sell it, I could when I
Hmm.
retire. And that's really the where you came on board and what I've had in mind. It's like, yeah, now getting business and everything like that, but you could do all the business in the world. If somebody came along and said, "How do I know you're going to do business?" Well, now I'll have the website. I got, I got all the marketing out there. I got the track record. Um, so just having a real, it's like, I mean, do I have to say McDonald's? If I show you a yellow M, it's marketing genius.
Right.
There's just that you get the swoosh of Nike. You don't even need the that's the branding, and that's what I'm excited with you, is to have the branding to really scale the company to what I see. Um, so far, we've grown 20 to 30% a year. And some years we've doubled in size. So, but we're averaging 20 to 30% growth a year. Um, and it's been exciting. It's been a real hoot. I mean, I remember, I remember pacing in my house saying, "I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to do this and then and after a month it'll be $7,000 gross." And I didn't know what to do. I was like, "We're going to go on a cruise. We'll do this. We'll do." I had no idea. I was making $10 an hour in a
Hmm.
pizzeria. I mean, when I started that, and now I've got employees that are making six-figure incomes with me. So it's exciting. It's exciting to really focus on a dream, go after it, and more importantly, to help others get their dreams. And where my guys are buying, my workers are buying their first home and buying nice cars and going on vacations and stuff like that. So, I don't really measure my success by my bank account, but I do kind of measure it by how many people I've helped succeed. And I dare say if you help six people get what they want in life through a business vehicle, you're going to get what you want. But you got to kind of take your eyes off yourself a little bit, and then things kind of just kick in. And
Yeah.
so I'm excited, man. I'm really excited for the next 12 to 24 months.
Awesome. Yeah, it sounds like you got everything in line to definitely take you to that next level. Well, Charlie, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you and getting to know you a little bit more,
Yeah,
and
man.
highlighting what has been uh, beneficial for your business and the growth that it's had so far. Uh, I'm looking forward to working with you and continuing to work with you to get to that next level. And we'll build out all the systems and processes that are needed on the back end, so that when you are ready to retire, you can hand it off to somebody and maximize the profit that you get for the sale. So excited for that.
Really looking forward to it, man. And again, thank you for inviting me, and I look forward to the future with you, brother.
Absolutely, man. All right. Well, this has been another episode of the Business Growth Accelerator. If you've liked what you heard today, do what everybody tells you to do. Hit that like button, subscribe for more interviews. And if you want to find that hidden money that's in your business that you don't know is there, you should check out my free book, Profit Secrets: The Underground Guide to Finding a Ridiculous Amount of Money in Your Business Without Spending a Dime on Ads. The link is in the description below, or just go to my website, bkxxenterprises.agency/profits. And here's to your success. All right.
Cool, man.
Cool.
Echo okay
Uh,
for you?
oh, that's probably one of my better ones that I've ever recorded. And I've been out of practice for a while when it comes to these things. So to start
Good.
off with something that strong was
Yeah.
phenomenal. So